Okay, y'all, I'm gonna try to get rolling here. I think pretty much everybody is in. Thank you all so much for coming. The last real summer meetings that I can remember coming to before we all started coming together, we were lucky to get 4 or 5 people here. So this really makes me happy to see everybody here like this. The other aspect of that, the history of it, it was exactly a year ago in the August meeting when I announced to everybody that Matt and Meg were stepping back and we were going to meet in a week to nominate somebody to be the county party chair, and y'all nominated me. So it's been a year. I hope it's gone okay. We've got pizza in the back, of course. Be sure to eat pizza. We don't want to take any home. We've got T-shirts. There's a couple of Lisa Kinney T-shirts back there. If somebody wants a Lisa Kinney T-shirt, take it. She left those at an event, and I didn't want them to get thrown away, so I got them. So they don't belong to anybody. If somebody wants to take one, you can. We've got pins. We've got the 50-50 raffle. If you didn't get tickets now, at the end of the meeting, you'll get a chance to get tickets before we do the drawing. I mentioned pins, and I have one pin for somebody that I promised one to. So in every meeting, we do our vision and our mission. So I really like that. Okay. And so we're going to keep doing that as long as I'm standing up here. We see a county with a diversified economy, vibrant downtowns in every community, expanded health care, great public education, and an inclusive community with affordable housing and excellent public services. That's our vision. And our mission is so simple: elect Democrats. The next item on the agenda is discussion and approval of the minutes. So as always, y'all have a minute to look at the minutes.
I move we approve the minutes.
It's been moved that we approve the minutes. Is there a second? It's been seconded, moved and seconded to approve the minutes. So the minutes are approved. Next on the agenda, Dave, is you. Dave Cromley, our treasurer, with the treasurer's report.
Pretty much nice report. Hope everybody has a copy. I think there's a couple more. We started out the period with 94.66, and the balance on last month's report was 26.02. And for the July income, the donations is the big one. Last month's meeting was 225. Contest every race organization pays us $200 a month quarterly, so that was in there, and a little bit of fees and rewards and interest in the bank. So the income is $29.73. July expense, website is $102. Storage unit 89, that went up by. The office rent was $275, which we share with the state Democrats. And then the various advertising, giving a total expense of $12.17. Ending balance $22,358. Are there any questions?
If there are no questions, the treasurer's report will be accepted pending audit. Thank you, Dave. Next on our agenda is the Orchard Valley Ice Cream Social. So tomorrow, August 14th, at 6 p.m. in the Orchard Valley Community House, which the address is on the agenda, or you can, if you don't get the address, I'll just shoot me an email and I'll email it back to you. But you can't miss it. It's on the main street in Orchard Valley. They're going to have an ice cream social and be a forum for county commissioner candidates from both parties to speak and to listen to folks. So I don't know who all is going to be there. I can tell you that our 2 county commissioner candidates, Lynn and Barbara, are going to both be there. So come. It's a good chance to get some free ice cream. Who doesn't want free ice cream? So next on our agenda, we've been saying ever since I got this job that we were going to distribute money to our candidates. And, you know, unlike some people, we don't pick sides till after the primary, but the primary is next Tuesday. So within the next week, I plan to have Dave and I sit down and write checks to candidates. And that's a pretty big deal, right? It's the county party's money, and it's a lot of money to the candidates. So it's something I don't feel comfortable making a decision on my own. So this resolution that I'm going to talk about, if you're a precinct committee man or precinct committee woman, you're the ones that can vote on this. And hopefully we can just carry it with voice vote, and I don't have to start getting little pieces of paper out or something. But the resolution is, we resolve to contribute $18,000 equally split among the candidates based in Laramie County who remain in the race for the November 3rd, 2026 general election after votes are counted in the primary election of August 18th, 2026. So all precinct committee people, is there a discussion?
I'm sorry. I wondered if you needed a motion.
Oh, we probably do need a motion.
I move that we pass the resolution for $1,800.
So it's been moved.
18,000.
$18,000.
And seconded by Jim. So all those precinct committee men and women in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? So the resolution carries. So next week, Jim and I will be writing checks to our candidates. That makes me pretty happy. I didn't do the math. I think there's 15 candidates that I believe are going to be on to the general election, 15 or 16 from Laramie County. Be a little over $1,000 for each one, which is a pretty big deal for our candidates. Jim Bird and Madison wanted me to tell everybody that Jim's going to host a watch party for the primary from 7:30 to midnight on Tuesday, August 18th at 1401 East Lincoln Way. Jim,
What is that place?
Freddie asked me that too, Jim, and I don't really know. Let me look at the text from Madison real quick, because I think she said something about what building it was. So let me look at that real quick.
So where is it?
1401 East 16th.
East Lincoln Way.
East Lincoln Way, yeah.
I think it was the west side of American Fingers.
Here we go. So it's directly to the east of Cheyenne Stitch. If you all know where Cheyenne Stitch is, it's directly to the east of that. It's a black building on the east side of the parking lot, she says.
Right there at the corner?
I guess, Jim, I'm not sure. I'm just telling you everything I know. I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware that was going on. So Jim's going to have seating and tables. It's BYOB if you want to bring something to drink. I think Jim's not going to really have anything except seating and tables. So.
What's the watch party for?
Watch the election.
Just to watch the primary results come in for Wyoming, which for the most part, for most of us, that's not a huge deal. I mean, I'm running unopposed, but Anna has an opponent, so we're gonna, and I think that's going to be one of the most interesting elections of the evening, because I think that everybody is a good candidate and everybody has a decent chance. So that'll be worth all of us paying attention to. The next thing I want to talk about is our picnic. That's August 22nd from noon to 4 p.m. And we're specifically inviting everybody, because what I want this to be is an event where our candidates can get their message out to more than just the people in this room. That's another thing I'm trying to change from back when I ran in 2022. There were a couple of times when I actually spoke to the people in this room, made a speech to the people in this room. Well, good gosh, I hope we're all voting for the Democratic candidates, so that's not doing much good, is it? We want to have some people at the at the picnic that really are curious about whether they can support a Democrat or not. So we've invited a lot of people. I'm going to invite more. I intend to send out some texts to invite more. The sort of the tagline on the ads, I don't know if you've noticed, there's an ad that's running in the Traders right now, and a very similar ad is going to run in the Tribune Eagle. But the tagline is, there's no party lines at the buffet line. So we want everybody to come, everybody to hear from our candidates. We want our candidates to have a forum where they're just not in the echo chamber, where somebody might actually stand up and say, Ted, you're full of S, you know? I really hope that happens, because I'd like the opportunity to talk to somebody that's different than me. So since we've invited so many people, if you can go to mobilize.us and go to community events and sign up, be sure you sign up if you're planning on coming, because we're trying to figure out how much food to bring. And Kathleen, you and I were going to talk about that at this meeting. There's like 45 people who have either signed up for Mobilize or called us on the phone and said they plan to come. And I've not sent my text out yet to invite a bunch more people than that. So I think we might need to increase our food order.
Where's it at?
It's at Holiday Park in the West Shelter.
Doesn't say on here.
Yeah, that would have been good to put on there, wouldn't it? Yeah, Holiday Park on the West Shelter. The West Shelter is real near the Big Boy. There's two shelters right there by Big Boy, and the West Shelter is, of course, the westmost of those two. The food's going to be catered by LCCC, so we're going to have barbecue sandwiches and potato salad, and beans, and they're bringing drinks and everything. So all of us who have normally kind of busted our tail to put this little picnic together can focus on taking care of our candidates and making sure our candidates have what they need. We're going to have a DJ, which I think is it's first for our picnic in my time. We're going to have a sound system provided by Mr. Van Dyke there, so that hopefully everybody can hear the candidates.
DJ.
So
You're gonna have a DJ.
yeah, I did mention we're going to have a DJ, and
DJ Katie.
DJ Katie, yes, which Joe found the DJ, and we're gonna use it. I think that's going to be really fun. We're going to have horseshoes. We have a horseshoe expert back in the back in case there's any rules that anybody needs to talk about. So starts at noon, probably about 12:30. The candidates will start speaking. I'm going to get something out to all our candidates, but kind of 3 to 5 minutes to speak. I mean, the biggest thing for the candidates is to mingle with the crowd, right, and get volunteers and get donations. So nobody's going to speak real long. Besides, nobody wants to hear from anybody all that long anyway. The more I do this, the more I realize that if you can't say what you need to say in about 15 seconds, probably nobody was listening anyway. And that's not an exaggeration. I mean, I'm working on all kinds of little 15-second videos for Facebook, because probably nobody's going to give me 15 seconds, but they're not going to give me a minute. So, anything else on the picnic? It would have been good if the guy standing up here would have put the location on. Thank you for that.
I think you got the time there, pretty well. Got the date and the time.
Yeah.
Oh, the Big Boy?
Yeah, it's by the Big Boy in Holiday Park.
That's the west one you said. or something?
The west,
No.
yeah, the West Shelter. It's
You'll recognize all the Democrats there.
yeah. Well, it's difficult because there's a lot of homeless people that hang out there, and telling us from them is sometimes
All
tough.
Democrats, aren't they?
Well, I hope so. If they're not, I'm going to ask them to become Democrats when I'm there.
If you want to eat, you have to be a Democrat.
Well, yeah. I mean, to be honest, those people, and this is really kind of a sad thing for Cheyenne. The same people have been there every year I've done this picnic. And so I know them pretty well, and I always invite them for lunch because they could use a lunch, right? And they often turn me down, which kind of makes me feel bad, but they've got pride too, right? They're not just going to take a handout from anybody. So So anyway, yeah, we'll be there. You'll recognize us. The funny looking guy in the with the chair thing on, that'll be your giveaway. So the next thing on my agenda is the write-in candidates. So we now have 2. So one of them is here, Greg Winters. We need to write him in for House District 12. So if you live in House District 12.
It says 11
It
here.
says 11 on your paper.
Oh, Jesus. 12, House District 12. House District 12, write him in. There are cards, which are correct, back in the back. Does anybody live in House District 12 that wants to get one of these little cards? You can take these cards with you as long as it's in your pocket or something, you can take it into the voting booth with you. And the only reason that that's important is we need to spell his name right? Everybody needs to, 25 different times we have to spell his name the same way.
Not too hard to spell.
So yeah, yours is easy. This next one is much more difficult. I'm talking about the easy case now. But anybody here from House District 12 besides Greg?
Who's he running against?
It'll be Stiver. Clarence Stiver will be his opponent, and Clarence Stiver will run unopposed if we don't get Greg written in. So
You have to have 25 people for it to count?
25. If we get 25 write-ins for Greg Winters, then it will count, and he will go on the general ballot in the fall, which is a great thing. And if you have any hesitation about doing this, if you're thinking, oh, I don't know if it's worth the trouble, I don't know if it's worth the trouble finding my friends on the South Side and telling them to vote for Greg. Based on my Facebook comments, nothing is making Republicans madder than that we can do this with 25 votes. Nothing's making them madder.
25 people here, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's got to be in House District 12. That's the hard thing. It's got to be people in House District 12, which I have a QR code back in the back. If you want to know what House district you're in, you can shoot that QR code with your phone. Maybe I'll pass it around, Connie, in case anybody wants to shoot it. Because all you got to do is shoot this QR code and then put your address in. And it'll tell you what House district, Senate district, triad, all that stuff you're in.
Where is 12?
12 is the rural South Side. So 12 is, let me see, I did a pretty good job. Joe and I did through some iterations.
All the way down.
Yeah, so it's in the county around, kind of starts at Fox Farm Road, and anything in the county on Fox Farm Road, anything in the county on Jefferson Road, Allison Road, the big mobile home parks, South Fork and Big Country mobile home parks, Afflerball Elementary, Rossman Elementary. ARP Elementary is really the school itself is just out of it, but the street, the other side of the school is in it. Avenue C. Winchester Hills, yeah.
85, yeah, Westchester Hills.
Yeah, and out there on the south side of Terry Bison Road, like Avenue B2 and some of those things.
As I recall, if you're west of Greeley Highway, South Greeley Highway, it's everything south of College Avenue. If you're east of South Greeley Highway, it's everything south of Fox Farm Road.
Yes, I think that's a good way to put it, Jim. That's a good way to put it. So that's
Two little jobs.
and again, we need 25 votes. All of us, even if we don't live there, we got to know somebody that lives there, right?
Put up some signs around that. Put up some signs with the writing.
Oh, sure, we could probably do that. That's a good idea.
It's a week left. 5 days.
So that's House District 12. Now we have another situation that came up, and this one is more difficult. Kristen Aaron Balderas was running for House District 61, which is Dildine School, Sun Valley, east of College Drive, those kind of neighborhoods like that. That's House District 61. Her rent went up to the point that she couldn't afford it and she had to move. So she doesn't live in House District 61 anymore. So she withdrew. She just actually officially took her withdrawal paperwork yesterday. I hand delivered it to the Secretary of State's office.
So it's blank.
So unfortunately, her name is still going to be on the ballot, but we don't want to vote for her because she's withdrawn. However, Meg Varhalmy, who was the vice chair a year ago, has agreed to run in House District 61. So we need 25 votes in House District 61 for Meg Varhalmy, and we've got cards back there for her as well, so that you can, and her name is a little bit more difficult, right? I mean, I've known her for quite a while, and I can't spell her name. So take.
It doesn't count if you can't spell it right.
Actually, we have one of the best county clerks in the world, and if you get pretty close, she's going to count it. She promised me she would, but you got to be pretty close, and it's better if you just have one of these cards in your hand and you can say, yeah, this is what it's going to be. So we got cards back in the back. There's plenty of cards. So if you want to take a handful for your friends that might live in either 12 or 61, take them. And the hard thing on 61 is don't vote for Kristen Aaron. That vote doesn't count. Write in, because you can only vote for one, right? You can't vote for Kristen Aaron and then write somebody in.
Question.
Yes.
So if you've already voted and Aaron was on the ballot, can we write Meg's name in on the general ballot?
Oh, if Meg makes it, if Meg gets the 25 votes,
okay,
she'll be on the general. She'll be officially on the general. And that's the beauty of this. And again, it's why Republicans are beside themselves, because it shouldn't be this easy to get somebody on the ballot, should it? I mean, this is like a democracy. So we need to get 25 names for both of those people to have them both on the ballot. These are both really good people. You can talk to Greg anytime, but I'd vouch for him. Meg's a great person. They will be great people to have in the legislature if we can get them to the legislature, and certainly better than any of the alternatives.
This is the one.
So
Scan that note.
anything else about the write-in candidates? Anything else anybody wants to know?
I just wondered, I know you've told us before, what's the address of the headquarters?
It's 1607 Capitol Avenue, Suite 325.
It's above Pyramids.
Yeah, it's about, as Joe pointed out to me when we first got this office, it's about 100 flights of stairs above above the coffee shop.
Want to use the elevator, claim you're free.
Well, this is a no fooling story. We share this office with the Wyoming Democratic Party. They had a safe when they moved in there, and so I was helping them move, and the freight elevator was broken. So I got that safe up there without an elevator. So it's about this big. It probably weighs, I don't know, probably weighs 200 pounds.
Oh my God.
I'm an engineer. There's a little bit of physics involved. You can tell I'm not like, a muscle guy. So the next thing on my agenda here. Yes.
What is the distance for electioneering?
It runs in my mind that it's 500
The
feet.
reason I'm asking is because people can stand out with these write-in candidates in the particular.
Right, but I think you have to be 500 feet away, which is quite a ways. 500 feet's a long way when you're talking about a city block. You couldn't stand outside the door of the city county building, for example.
It seems to me I've seen maps with the circles drawn around.
I'm sure they've got them somewhere. There's a couple of things. Speaking of elections, Jim, that's a great, just talking about elections in general is worthwhile. First of all, there's this electioneering issue. And that means that, like, these cards that we're talking about, to be completely legal, you need to have them in your pocket. You can pull them out when you're in the voting booth so you can get the spelling right and everything, but you can't walk in with it pasted on your shirt or something like that. They don't allow that. So Jim watched the voting machines be tested here a few weeks ago. And about 2 weeks after he watched the voting machines be tested, I watched the tabulation machines be tested. And that's a pretty slow-moving process, so there were a lot of stories being told. And one of the stories told was about this woman who came in to vote, and she had a T-shirt on for one of the candidates. And this guy who's an election judge that was doing all this said, I'm sorry, ma'am, you can't come in to vote with the T-shirt on.
She took it off.
So she just took it off and went in and voted. And this was Cheyenne, Wyoming. This is a great Cheyenne, Wyoming story. Well, as he said, I was going to tell her, turn it inside out, but she just took it off and walked in.
That's screw you.
So there's ads running now, digital ads that I put together for voter registration, trying to take advantage of the fact, we've talked about this in these meetings before, there's not very many voting rules in Wyoming that are good, but one is that you can register and vote at the same time. And so people who are not registered, it's like, you get a 2 for 1. So I hope that's some incentive to get people to vote. So I've been running ads like that, digital ads that show up on places like Hulu, and also display ads that run on websites and things like that. I've been targeting people who, according to this platform that I use, are less than 39 years old and not likely to be registered to vote. So if you haven't seen one, there's good reasons for that. But we've reached, with the display ads, we've reached 7,000 different houses with the display ads as of this morning, and about 3,500 with the video commercial. So I think that's pretty good, and it's relatively cheap. And it's also good practice because I want all our candidates to run digital ads, and I'm going to help all. So this outfit called Eye Contact Media was in here a few weeks ago doing video ads for some of the candidates. They did one for Lisa Kinney, I know, and for some of our other candidates. That's expensive, and again, our candidates don't have a lot of money. So I'm planning to make video ads for each candidate that wants to do that, and then we'll put it on that Target Smart platform. We're going to ask the candidates to reimburse the county for not for making the video. I mean, I'm sure not going to charge anybody for making a video with my skill set, but for getting the ads placed on places like Hulu and things like that. Yeah. And the neat thing about this Target Smart is that, like, if I want to run an ad in Senate District 5, I can run it just in Senate District 5. And if I only want to run it for Democrats and independents and Republicans that might be persuadable, I can limit it to just those people. So because of the fact that you're paying for each time it's seen, when you limit it like that, you're more focused, you're spending your money better. It's way, way cheaper than sending out a mailer. It is the by far cheapest way to go. And nobody watches TV. If we could afford to put ads on TV, nobody'd see the darn ad on TV anyway. Although I have to admit, I have seen these ads about Chuck Gray about 10 million times at this point.
But he's so weird looking anyway.
Yeah. And that's the other thing we can do. Actually, social media is a great point because that is a little, Facebook and Instagram are a little different, but I've gotten authorized to put ads on both of those as the Laramie County Democratic Party, which was not easy. But since I've gotten permission to do that, any candidate ad, I can run it and just say paid for by Laramie County Democrats, and we can get it there too. So I think that's pretty good, really. After the primary, I'm going to really start trying to focus on voter registration in some targeted areas. You cannot believe what a huge issue voter registration is. The last election in '24, the person who was running in House District 11, the Democrat running in House District 11, I think lost by 200 votes. There are more than 4,000 people in House District 11 that aren't registered to vote. Surely we can come up with 200 of those, right? And so we're going to be focusing on that for the general. And I mentioned House District 11 because we're going to target that first, and that's also Senate District 7.
As I recall, isn't tomorrow the last day of early voting? They don't do it on the Monday before election.
I think, yeah, Monday the 17th. Yeah, Monday the 17th is the last day. I'm sure the 17th is a day, and that's Monday.
Because another thing, if you're talking to people, same-day registration includes early voting.
Oh, yeah. We've really been hitting that. I mean, that's really when you want to do the registration, right? Because it's quiet. I mean, if you want to register and vote on the primary day itself, I completely encourage you to do it, and I'll run interference for you so nobody complains about the fact that you're holding up the line. But it's going to hold up the line for people to register and vote on the day of. But I mean, that's okay.
Well, the legislature has done so much mucking around with the same-day registration thing that I was very surprised to find out that you can still register same day.
Yes, you can still register same day. And another thing, while we're talking about mucking around, that's a great point. While we're talking about mucking around, another thing, I don't know if you all have seen the ads done by the Secretary of State's office that tell you what you have to have to register to vote.
Terrible.
And they tell you, that you have to have your ID, and they show a driver's license. They have to have that you have to have proof of citizenship, and they show your passport, and you have to have proof of residency, and they show a utility bill. Here's the deal: if you have a Wyoming driver's license that's a real ID, if you have one of these, just like this one in my pocket, if you have one of these and it's got that little star right there, that's all you need. Also, it has to have your right address on it. It has to have the fact that you live at the address you live at now. If you've moved since you got the ID, then you're going to have to have proof of residency. But for most of us, your driver's license is all you need to register to vote.
But if you've moved, you can change at the polls.
Well, right, but then you have to have your utility bill or something to prove that. But for most of us, just bring your driver's license. It's so easy.
Getting away with saying you have to have proof of citizenship.
Well, he is technically correct, but your driver's license with real ID is proof of citizenship. That's the thing. That is
One caveat to that. Wyoming, since I forget what date, you could get a real ID with a green card. Anybody who's got a real ID with a green card, it says on the back that they're not a U.S. citizen. And actually, I've talked to the ladies down at elections, and they have seen them now.
Yeah.
People have come in.
Yeah. And by the way, if you want to have any questions answered about elections, the ladies in the county clerk office are absolutely awesome. I've never seen anybody that's so nice to work with, and I say that coming from the place where I never know what I'm doing, and they always straighten me out. They've really been really good.
And please thank them when you go in.
Yeah.
Because they get abused a lot.
Oh, they do get abused a lot. When I went, actually, Deb called me to see if I would come in and do these, observe them testing the tabulation machines. And her comment was, everybody just acts better if there's a Democrat there. But then when I went in, it turned out there was nobody there. It was just me. There was nobody else there but me. We finally, I guess about halfway through the afternoon, a Republican came in. And she was a very nice lady, too. Had some great stories to tell. But anyway, anything else about...
Just to tell you, if people you haven't heard the last time I said this at the last meeting, the last turnout in the general election in Laramie County was 106%. I walked down there and said, how do you get 106%? And they were right back with it, same day registration.
Yeah, because they're comparing that percentage to...
They get a lot of same day registrations in Laramie County.
And it is really good, especially since 40% of Laramie County is not registered to vote. All of us have to know somebody that's not registered to vote. Make sure you get them to register to vote. That's the most important thing we can do. If we want to do better in this county, that's the most important thing we can do. Joe's been saying that for years. It's the best thing we can do. We're probably, starting with House District 11, we're probably going to start doing some door-to-door stuff on registration. I don't know what else to do. I don't know how else to reach them. And that's one way. And I'm really surprised by House District 11, because that's a downtown district, right? That's Pershing and south of Pershing to downtown and then going east from there. You'd think everybody'd be registered there, right? And like I say, in that little district, there's 4,000 people who are of voting age who are not registered to vote. And it just seems like it's easy to pick up the few that we need to win an election there. So some other stuff going on. I don't know there's my phone. I was trying to figure out how much of your time I'm taking up. Oh, this is going to be a quick meeting. The last thing on my agenda is I just wanted to talk about candidate meetings and what we're doing there. So if you're a candidate, every Monday at 4 o'clock, we meet in the conference room on the second floor of the Paramount. There's a few of us who are regulars, and I learn something every time. And I ran before, and I'm supposed to be the chair of the Laramie County Democratic Party, and I still learn something about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it when I go to these meetings. So they're well worth coming to if you have a chance. Like I say, those of us that are regulars have really learned a lot. I always take notes, and I always send the notes to the rest of the candidates, but it's a lot more fun to be there. It's a place to commiserate too, right? We're all in this mess together. That's kind of nice. So I talked a little bit about digital advertising. I am going to do a video for every candidate that wants to do one, and I recommend every candidate do one or two or more. Like I say, it's by far the cheapest way to get your name out there. In addition to the video, though, there are display ads, and those are the ads, the banner ads that you see at the top of every website that you go to or down the side of every website that you go to, those kind of things. Those are static. Those are still ads. At least the easy and inexpensive way to do them are static. So we have to come up with graphics of the proper size. And there's like 6 sizes that you put in to this digital advertising platform to make sure your banner ads get displayed everywhere. And they, as I mentioned, they're getting on this voter registration thing, they're getting about twice the number of households that my videos are going to. So they're getting out there. So we have to make those. We have to make those graphics. And not only am I not the best artist in the world, but I also have limited time. So if you're a Canva fan, if you use Canva a lot to make things, there's a volunteer sheet back there. Sign up as a Canva expert, I guess, which doesn't take much to be more expert than me, so that we can make sure we get these display ads made for all the candidates. And from the candidates, we'll ask for their logo and that sort of thing, so we have a little banner ad that is specific to them. But it'd be really helpful if we had all the graphics put together, so that we can start doing these. And I really, of course, I've been saying this for 6 months, and now the time is here. I've been saying the time to really start campaigning is right after the primary. Guess what? We got less than a week to go, and it's going to be right after the primary. So here we go. So all this, take a deep breath, enjoy your summer, all that stuff I've been saying, I can't say that anymore. Freddie, what is it? We've been keeping track of this.
Like 82 days.
82 days. 82 days till the election from today. So we got to sprint.
When does early election for the
It starts 28 days before the general, so that makes it like October 5th, I think. October 5th or 6th, somewhere. The Tuesday that's 28 days before the general. So that's not much time at all, right? That's really coming up. And this is really going to be fun. This is really going to be fun, because people are going to be sitting around on November 4th saying, how did those doggone Democrats win those races? What did they do? So I can't wait.
People are angry.
They are. People are angry, and we're running against some bozos. I mean, you know, there's another article in Wildfile every day about what somebody has done. So we ought to have a pretty good chance. So that is, I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. It's been a heck of a year. I was thinking of that today when I was putting everything together to come to this meeting. It seemed so simple a year ago. You know, just run a meeting once a month. That's all you got to do. Man, was I misled. But anyway, here we are. And that is my agenda. Unless somebody has something else, we'll do a 50-50 raffle. Go ahead, Joe.
Just real quick, tomorrow we have a crosswalk rally on I-80, which is over there by Goins Elementary. Starting at 11:30. Crosswalk rally is we just hold up signs. I-80 is a big truck drivers, all kinds of folks come by, honk at us. We don't see them flipping us off on I-80 because you can't really see them. But we get a lot of honks and a lot of other things. And then Saturday we have the Capitol rally. We call it the Democracy and Equality rally now, because that's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for democracy, guys.
Yes.
Again, real quick, 6,000 is a static number for Democrats in Laramie County. If that 6,000, because I know a non-voter, so if everybody knew a non-voter of that 6,000 group and took them to get registered, that's 12,000. We need a big number in November. We need big numbers in the primary, guys. So, you need big numbers to fool Red. Because Red doesn't give a shit. Red thinks they're going to beat the crap out of us this time. But we've got some good candidates this time. We hopefully we'll get some good write-in candidates this time. And again, 6,000 could become 12,000. But before the November election, we need those Republicans that were Democrats, which were about roughly 8,000, to come back to blue. We need independents, which are roughly 5,000 plus, to come to blue in November. You don't have to change the blue, but you need to vote for blue. So the trick is to excite folks enough to go to blue in November and win. That's going to be the win. It's going to be a coalition of those 6,000 plus. Again, in 2024, that was an election year, our president election, but we got 14,000 plus in Laramie County at the top level. It didn't go down. That has to be the number all across Laramie County to win in November. Thank you.
That's perfect, Joe. That's perfect. And you know, you mentioned the people that switched to R. We're really going to start working hard on those people after the primary. You know, they switched so they could vote in the primary. Win or lose in the primary, we know their heart's in the right place. We know they want to make Laramie County different, and they can make it different by supporting us. So we're going to be reaching out a lot to get them to support us. That's going to be a big focus of what we do. So does anybody need to buy another 50-50 raffle ticket before we do this drawing?
While we're thinking about it, I just wanted to add, I don't know how many watch Laramie PBS, but tonight, as we speak, they're having forums for governor, and they have added, just as of today, Jim Burr.
Yes.
And
Billy Benvenidez, is that right? Yes.
You can catch it when you go home.
Yeah. And they canceled Jim Bird because his opponent wouldn't show up.
Well, but they re-added him.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, just today. Okay, as we're going to draw this, I just want to let everybody know there's signs for Jim Van Dyke, Anna Cordova, and Brenda Little in the back. So if you want to sign, take one. Then you want to draw a ticket out of there. Okay, so Anybody have a ticket ending in 670? That was quick.
You just fought that one, didn't you?
Unless there's something else, I'm going to call this meeting adjourned. Thanks for coming, Joe.